So one of the questions I get asked a lot is, Mastin, how do I know if it's my trauma or if it's my intuition, right? So this is a great question, and one thing that's important to understand is that there's a skill set that we have to acquire. The skill set is called interoception. Interoception is a skill where we know what's happening inside our bodies in terms of emotion. We can tell that we have feelings, we know what those feelings are, and we can start to differentiate those feelings. So if you're having a hard time understanding the difference between your trauma responses and your intuition, then the goal primarily is going to be to improve your interoceptive skills. We want to make sure that you're able to better identify those different emotional states. And through functional coaching and through the Live Your Purpose Bootcamp and different modalities, we can really help you achieve those goals at a higher level. But practically right now, in this short video, what I want to help you understand is the way to tell the difference between intuition and a trauma response, right, is that when you're still in calm, there are times where you feel that intuitive yes. And think back in your life where you've really felt that intuitive yes. You felt your intuition. You knew what that felt like. And there's a still, calm, centered voice. In IFS, they call that the self. Internal family systems, they call it the self. In spiritual traditions, they call it your higher self, right? You might call it your ventral vagal self from polyvagal's perspective, right? But either way, there's a part of you that knows that yes. It's usually a still, calm yes. And so you want to think back over times in your past when you felt that still, calm yes, right? There are definitely times where that yes has been there. That's your intuition. The trauma response usually is baked in some type of fear, anxiety, some type of depression, sadness, feeling like you're on the hook for something. It doesn't come from the same space. Now, a lot of times when someone doesn't know what to do, they say, Mastin, I don't know what my intuition says, or I don't know what to do. What I've found is that's not entirely true, right? Most of the time, in fact, I probably say almost all the time, when someone has a decision to make and they don't know what decision to make, the reason why they say they don't know what to do is that they actually intuitively know what to do, but what they're looking for is different intuition, right? So a lot of times, intuition will scare you, and saying that you're intuitive is about as shocking as saying that you breathe, right? Because we're all intuitive beings, right? We all breathe, we're all intuitive. Everybody knows what their intuitive voice is saying. We're just more scared of what it says, wishing for different intuition, right? And the more interoceptive skills that you have, the more that you get in touch with these parts, the better. And when you live in indecision, you're actually training your nervous system to not trust your intuition, right? So the goal is to get in touch with those parts, to find relationships and mentors and environments that help support your intuitive sense, maybe set boundaries with people who are not okay or who become dysregulated or don't approve of you following your intuition. But the chances of you not knowing what your intuition is saying is very low. Usually it's just really scary. Feel that heart-centered yes, you know where it is, and then start to take those actions every single day. And more you'll get clearer and clearer on the difference between intuition and trauma response. Hope that helps.